This week on 3D Archery, I gotta fix another target. Hey everybody, Greg here, and welcome to 3D Archery. Alright, I was up at the archery club I belong to, Thai Yogi, great club by the way, and they have a bear problem. The bear comes out and just mauls these targets, and he took this Wolverine and he did a number on him, ripped him right in half. Now I don't think it's just the bear. I've seen this with the Wolverine, and this Wolverine's by Rinehart, and I think it's just a problem with the design. I'll flip them up over like this. The top here, the bottom and the top here, you can see it's very narrow, and they do get shot out. You know, and if just enough arrows hit there, it's going to rip open. So one of the guys at the club, Scott, was at HR, and he's talking to the guys at Rinehart, who had a display and stand there, and they told him, yeah, not much you can do, but what they told him to do is put a core in there, glue it all up, and you get another year out of it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And the worst part for the club is they just went out and bought a brand new insert for them. So if you ever wondered what new inserts look like, well, that's what they look like. Now you're probably saying, Greg, why are there these holes in it? Well, this is the locking system made by Rinehart. They take the little white tubes, they're white tubes, and you slide it through, you pull it all the way through and in the animal, and it locks this into place. Because if you ever shot them and you pulled your arrow out and the insert starts coming out, that is what that's supposed to prevent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stuff. I did it on my last repair. Alright, this adhesive, it's really good stuff. Alright, it's fast grab, low odor. It's for molding, wood, flooring, marble, masonry, granite, wet surfaces, caulking, decks, drywall, tubs, metal, blah blah, subfloor mirrors, blah blah, foam board, stone, laminate, ceramic, brick, aluminium, fiberglass, painted surfaces, plastic, and more. It dries quick and it's pretty flexible, so I think it's going to be a great thing. Alright, so I'm going to get to work on this. I'm going to see how well it comes out. Maybe they'll deliver me a new bow. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that this fits. And you know what? It doesn't look the right shape. Got it in. I put it in like they claim and everything. And it's there. It's in. But you can see it's not a perfect fit. But you know what? I guess I can make it work. So the core is fine. That's just going to have to be glued the snot out of it. Yeah, I'm going to have to glue up the bottom. Look at the bottom. It's all torn up in here. It almost got ripped in half. So I'm going to have to put it together like that. So I'm going to a bungee. Maybe that's what I'll use, is some bungees. Alright, you know, really quick. Now all I'm trying to do right now is secure them together. And I use the bungees to pull the two sides in. Hopefully that will work. Once that's done, we're going to lay them on the side and fill up any holes. And I'm going to, obviously, have to repaint them. Alright, so this should be a quick repair, but you know me, I can't let it just be quick. So what I'm going to do is I got to go online, do a little look around, some research, about Wolverines, and let's see what they live in, and maybe I can make a nice little setup with them, like maybe coming out of a hole, build up some ground or something. I don't know. You know me, I don't like just a plain old target out in the open. So we're going to set this one up and try to make it a little better. All right, this is going to have to dry for a couple of days. So when we'll come back, move on to the next step. All right, everybody, it's been a few days. I was working on this Thursday. It is now Monday. I had to work over the weekend. So, the moment of truth, yeah? The thing I really have to say about this target is I'm in the course, I don't remember it being so dang big. All right. Well, appears to have held. Let me look in the bottom. I didn't really put any glue on the bottom of it. Yeah, I can apply a little bit more. Yeah, I definitely can apply some more, which I will. I'll probably add a little bit more to it. So, it is built, it is together. So, did a lot of research online. I learned a lot about the Wolverine. The paint job they have on it, you can't say it's accurate, but you can't say it's wrong, because there's a wide variety of looks. One of the interesting things I found was the Native Americans and that, they had a name for this, and it's sort of like the chunky skunk. Because there's one that comes here and he has two stripes running all the way down. I think that's what they were trying to simulate, all the way down here. And it is reminiscent of a skunk. But I just think it's funny that even the Native Americans, Indians, whatever you want to call them, First Nations, we call it the chunky skunk. It shows they had just as much sense of humor as we do. These things really aren't here in the United States. They're more in Canada and like Montana and the Rocky Mountains, just a little part of it up there. They were in Europe a lot more. They're not so much. They're big time in Siberia and across there. Their range is a lot different. They are not primarily hunters. They're scavengers. And they usually take the leftovers from a wolf, fox, mountain lions. They are known to hunt from time to time. And the interesting thing is they have two predators in life, pretty much. One natural and one, well, you know, it's us humans that kill everything in sight. And the reason humans were hunting them was because their fur is very water resistant. So they were using them to line pockets, believe it or not. But out in the wild, their only real predator is the wolf. Wolves tend to go after these guys, I guess, you know, for whatever reason. They live in cold weather, like tundra areas, and they burrow in the snows, mainly where they live. They don't really have holes in the ground. They like to stay in that area where there's snow pretty much year-round. They also are known for hanging out in trees. They hang out sitting up in trees and things like that, probably to stay away from the wolf. It's really interesting stuff. You know, they are very ferocious. Believe it or not, they are related to skunks, weasels, and otters. So with all that babbling, I got different color paints. The ones I've found, the Wolverines I've seen online, they have a really dark brown section, a lighter brown section. They have a black section of their body around the face, the legs, and then their stripe is a light tan. So that's what I'm going to do with them all. All right, I'm going to test it right now. I'm going to paint everything this. We've got to shake it up. I'm going to take my Wolverine, lay him on his belly. You can see right here, see the gap? Yeah, I'm going to have to fill that up. I can stick my finger in there. I really don't have to, but I am. And I really don't think the bear got this. These all look like arrow shots and people shooting low. So, also thinking about it, you know, like I said, I don't like to put targets just up. I like to make little scenarios. And somebody posted on Facebook that I'm working on it, and somebody goes, I can't wait to see what you came up with. I got two designs I'm thinking about, and I'm going to probably go with the second one. Alright, I just want to see if the spray paint sticks to this or eats it. So, spray an innocuous place. Oh yeah, nice chocolate brown. Chocolate. Somebody's showing up. Alright, that's done. Alright everybody, did the test spray, works good. I can bend the foam, it doesn't peel off. Now yesterday when I was up in Pine Valley, the guy that owns it, he repainted all his targets and he used a latex, like a house paint. And they look great from a distance, but when you get up close, you can see latex does a full coating over it, which is great to protect it from the elements, but where the arrows hit it, it broke and chipped and it cracked. Whereas when you use a spray, it doesn't chip and peel off as much. Alright, I'm going to do a overall coat. This is Satin Espresso. I like to do that, just one overall coat. It's going to be the darker one. Then I'm going to apply the other coat. So, unfortunately how it's shaped, I'm going to have to do a couple of coatings on them just to get it done the right way. And it's 55 frickin' degrees out here in New York. That's why I hate fall, because it's leading to winter. Oh, nothing. Working on a Rinehart Target, so I thought I'd wear my Rinehart shirt. Best thing about spray paints is they don't take long to dry. Now what you're going to notice, you'll see like right here, the little shiny spots, that is actually the acrylic paint that they use to paint the white on. So, you remember what he looked like before, right? They're like tan with white? Well, that's what badgers really look like. And here's another one. So, those are the guides I'm going to use to paint them. Alright, we did our, you can see, well, let's see, I'll pull this one. So, if we look at the picture, really dark lighter, see lighter in here, it's more of this white spreading into it that makes the fur lighter, and especially like right there also, so I'm going to try to duplicate that. So up next will be a lighter shade of brown. Alright, the Wolverine's pretty much done. I just got to let it dry. 50-something degrees and rainy. It's going to take a little longer than normal. I'm also working on the setup here. This is like the dead carcass. You can see the rib cage. I'm taking some foam, going to put it inside the rib cage to make it look like a little bit of flesh. I took the horn from a shooter buck. I'm going to work on that. And then I'm going to, around the face, I'm going to use some different materials to make it look like he pulled some, flesh out of this dead carcass, and that's what he's doing. He's trying to eat. Now what I have, and I'm going to use it in different places, I have some suede, and I have some fake white fur. So I wish I had brown. I might just paint it brown. Don't know what I'm going to do. But that's the next step, and that's what it's going to look like. So the goal is right over here will be the fake carcass, right? We'll have some of this hanging out like that, like he's eating it, pulling it out, because why? Wolverines are scavengers. I'm going to take chunks of this, put it on there to simulate, the last of the flesh and the fur. I have to let this dry, and I'm going to put some Thompson's water seal on it, and we should be good to go. All right, almost there. Paint's dried. Time to put on the water seal. See if we can protect it. Okay, all done. Just so you know, I use this Thompson's water seal. Don't know if it works really well. I've been told it does. So give it a try. It is coated. I got to let it rest for at least 24 hours. Then I'm going to put the stuff on his face. Now just to show you a little bit what I did here. That's going to be like the rib cage area. I got a couple bones over here. All right, we got the antler. We're going to put it, make it look like an animal kill that he's scavenging from. So hopefully now you'll get a little bit more of the picture of what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm going to have a little bit here. I got him over here. So we'll take this, put it up there like that. Pull him around his mouth, some strips like this to make it look like a little bit more flesh and that stuff. So those are set. It's just got to dry, put it together. And then I should be able to take it out and set it up on the course, and I even have a place planned for it. You know, it's turned out pretty good. Pretty happy just using the spray cans. You know, I was going to break out my airbrush, but you know what? I go, let me just try some spray paint. So it looks pretty good so far. All right. Now all I got to do is just sit and wait. The hardest part. All right, big moments here. And you know, you're curious about the size of this thing. When you shoot it, it looks small, but it's the size of a decent-sized, you know, medium-sized dog. It's a pretty big target. All right, hump out there means walk, and set this target up, and then we're going to have some fun shooting at it. All right, everybody, here he is. This final spot where I chose for him. I could have put him to the left of the bale house here, over my right shoulder, your left, over my left shoulder, you're right out here in the open. But this rock just called my name. It's not in the way, but it's just perfect. It added something to the shot, you know. It's not just out in the open. There's a penalty. You screw up, shoot low, it's going to hit. You're going to go way back. There's plenty of stuff. The safety elements are all covered. I pushed the stakes back, so the closest one's the Utes from New Jersey. They're about 10 yards. I'd have to say the Trads are about 15. The Hunters are 20, and the Top Guns are about 25 yards, 23, 25 yards. And I might move those back a little bit more. So he came out great. I love the looks of him. The colors work fine. I have shot him twice, right, just to see how the paint would work, and I'll bring in. It's doing pretty good. The lighter colors, it does break off a little bit, so the more he gets shot out, the less light tan there will be in him. As you can see here, there's the setup on the rocks, the dead carcass. He's ripping it out, and he stops because he sees you and he's staring at you with food hanging out of his mouth. I made him so he's not a total broadside. He is a quarter-inch shot, very slight, not a whole lot. I am so pleased with how it came out. I will say this, from the last part of the video to this one has been over a week because I had to work straight. And the Thompson's water seal is dry in spots, but not in others. Where I had to use the construction adhesive, it never sealed. So it's still sticky. Most of the foam is pretty good, and in certain other spots, it's just not. So it's not the greatest stuff. I'll say that right now. I'm not too happy with the Thompson's water seal for protecting it, but it should do a good job on it. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go set my camera back up. We'll take a couple shots at it, and we'll finish this up. Another target done. I think it came out great. I am more than pleased with how the target came out, appearance-wise, set up. It's exactly what I was hoping for. All right, let's go set that camera up, and let's have some fun. I love the setup. You know, it's just that little bit, like I said. All right, boys and girls, there you have it. Pretty cool, isn't it? I like the setup. You know, the distances aren't where I like long range shots. But sometimes you got to make the sacrifice for others because people may not like it. All right, hope you enjoyed this. Another repair down. Learned a lot. Lessons be applied. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next time with an all-new episode 3D Archery.